Piedmont Triad area weather. Quiet weather in the near term, little jump in temperatures at least through Friday. Big cooling trend into the weekend and a bit of wet weather coming in too. Sunny for today, the high upper 70s. We'll see a gusty southwesterly wind. Crystal clear tonight and Friday too. That low at 60. Friday's high 85 degrees. Shot at showers and thunderstorms with a front Friday night. And then we're dry Saturday and much cooler, the high upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd on WSJF.
In my lifetime, I thought I've never seen a player in their early 30s who I thought was elite. I mean, Russell's passer ratings were over 100 4 years in a row. Now, you can say, well, the passer rating is a little overvalued, and then he was terrible.
Your daily dose of sports talk, reality checks, and I told you so's.
What did you say? Excuse me. What did you say?
Yes, I'm opinionated. I make you think, though, I hope, and react. Join me weeknights, 6 till 9. It's The Herd on WSJS.
Play It Again Sports knows how to upgrade your game without upgrading the price. From first-timers to pros, they turn New Year goals into game day wins. Gear up, get out, and play it again, because sitting on the bench is overrated. Where sports get a second win, they offer secondhand gear with first-rate fun. Play it again. Experience the energy of the new year at Play It Again Sports in High Point, Greensboro, and Winston-Salem. Shop online at playitagainsports.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Good morning, Triad, and welcome to the Daily Pulse with Steven Back.
Now you see me, now you don't want to talk, but I bet you won't.
Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Let me calm down. Let me take it easy on, take it easy on.
Get ready to dive into the stories that matter most, the headlines shaping your day, the conversations everyone's having, and the local perspective you won't hear anywhere else.
Hold up, wait, breathe.
The Daily Pulse starts now on WSJS.
When one domino falls, there's a lot more that'll follow. And one fell in Chapel Hill that we shared a lot of time talking about yesterday right here on the Daily Pulse. Now we have the latest details on if another will soon follow in Raleigh. That's coming up for you. Happy Thursday. The Daily Pulse getting set and started here. Yours truly, Beck, that you can follow at Stephen Beck TO on X. As we get this rolling, I'm also hanging with my man, Christian Snyder. How are you today, bud?
Good morning, Stephen. I'm doing well. How are you, my man?
Pumped, man. We're going to have the Pulse check coming for you in a second to get you updated on all the latest headlines, I should say. But before we do that, we also are going to replay this Pulse pick question of the day because yesterday was so loaded. And honestly, with Major League Baseball, I don't get this whole deal now where we have like an opening night and an opening day. That whole deal, I feel like it's like a false start. You know, it's like I'm getting excited. One game and it's done. So today, in my opinion, truly opening day in Major League Baseball. But here's what I will say, Christian. Every time I think opening day, I also think about Wake Me Up. Yeah, so get super excited. Everybody out there, you got a 162 game season, but for yours truly, it's always
I love it.
I mean, that's really when Major League Baseball comes alive, right? I mean,
that's when it matters.
That's what I'm saying. So either way, I'm here for the food up until that point. And that's our Pulse pick question of the day again today. Since it is opening day, what's your favorite food to get if you go out to the ballpark? 336-777-1600. Phone number, you can always chime in there. Or again, on X at WSJS Radio or at Stephen Beck TO. I think, Christian, you settled on nachos. Am I right with that?
I settled on nachos yesterday. but I also had a backup. And so I had to clarify with the big man on campus, aka DJ Turner for WSJS. He said he loves hot dogs, and more importantly, if they're a foot long, that's his go-to.
See, the foot long hot dog, I feel like, is a travesty to eat. Like, it's just you're going to be wearing it before it's over.
You are going to be wearing
You need
it.
a bib. So I would rather just go straight to normal size hot dogs at that point, as opposed to like, let's stretch this bad boy out and try to finagle with a foot long. But that's DJ's answers. You're on the nacho bandwagon. Love to hear from others this morning. 336-777-1600. What's your favorite food to get out there at the ballpark? For me, I probably won't get to a ballpark until I also don't want to bake myself to death as we get into the summer. Right now, let's get you updated with the latest news and headlines out there.
Pulse check. It's what's happening right now.
I'm making Christian work hard back there today. Stay with me, Christian.
I'm here. I got it.
We got to go fast-paced here to get everybody ready for a Thursday. The latest headlines in our state, sadly, it's going to start around another shooting that happened this time in Raleigh as opposed to yesterday's that was in Charlotte. A woman this time found with a gunshot wound just after midnight near Knightdale in Wake County. She has life-threatening injuries. Suspect is already in custody there. There is some fire danger that's been reported over the past few days. Well, there's a wildfire that associates that out in our western part of North Carolina. Crews are actively battling multiple wildfires. Conditions remain very dry, elevated fire danger, so consider that if you're going to be doing any burning. Speaking of wind, though, that usually associates the fire burnings, a planned offshore wind farm off of our coast has been canceled after a federal deal. The project would have powered roughly 300,000 homes, created some jobs, but that's been halted, raising questions about energy policy and economic impact. In our nation's headlines this morning, there's more unsettling, I guess, just back and forth in Iran. And the markets are reacting to that with renewed instability. And oil now, the United States is preparing for worst case scenarios if oil hits $200 per barrel if the Strait of Hormuz is further disrupted. The U.S. stock futures are pointing lower across the board. Investor confidence weakening after earlier optimism this week. And NATO leadership says global security risks are rising, with Russia still a major threat alongside of that Iran conflict. As we come back local, Hubert Davis, University of North Carolina, really right now it's a wait and see mode in that coaching evolution of events because, well, they're waiting to see what happens probably, quite frankly, with a few coaches in our NCAA tournament with the Sweet 16 games back tonight. Our bracket was shredded, busted. So I'm going to back up and repick some of the NCAA tournament games coming up here on the Daily Pulse for you. But I think right now the Tar Heels are just going to have to kind of hang on to the wild ride. But it may not be as wild of a ride as it's going to be in Raleigh with Will Wade and NC State. Rumors connecting Wade that we shared with you yesterday morning that he could potentially go back to LSU, they're just not going away. Wade is just off of his first year with the Wolfpack, went 20-14, but he has tons of connections with the LSU Tiger program. He was there from 2017 to 2022. And from just a subtle comment from Corey Smith of Pack Power 247, reported wee early morning hours before our show yesterday, he had said, text from NC State source, Wade to LSU is a done deal. Trust me, it's done. Get ready. And more built off of that comment as the day stretched yesterday. LSU reportedly hiring Heath Schroyer as McNeese State's athletics director. Schroyer hired Will Wade. So that's kind of his right-hand man, boss that he enjoyed a lot of time with while he was at McNeese State. Could they reunite again at LSU? That's what all signs point to. What's weird about this whole situation is comments made by Wade specifically the last time he was behind a mic, and this was just after their loss at the ACC tournament.
Potential position at LSU. Just wanted to see if anybody from that campus reached out to you and just give you an opportunity to speak on that.
No, is the job open there? Huh? No. So why would I'm not? Listen, to be very clear. I'm excited at NC State. I was hired at NC State to do a job. This wasn't going to take 1 year. I've already met with our administration about next year and some of the changes that we need to make and some of the things that we need to do to put this program where it deserves long term. So I'm not, I don't, I'm not on social media. I'm not into gossip. I'm not into any of that sort of stuff. But look, we're going to win, and we're going to win big at NC State, and that's what we're going to do.
It's almost an impossible question this time of year for any coach that has shown any type of success, I'd say in the past handful of years, because like I said at the top of the show, dominoes, they just kind of fall, and before you know it, everything's rolling downhill, and it completely changes the dynamics and the paradigm of everybody else's job simultaneously. So while Hubert Davis is out at the Tar Heels, somebody's got to replace him. That's going to open up another opportunity at a different university. Somebody's got to replace him, so on and so forth. This with Will Wade, while that question is almost impossible to get right and win everybody over with your answer there, it infuriates me that he placated that reporter's question, that he answered in a type of manner that almost definitively, I would say, poked fun at her for even considering the question. So I have sources here, and I really do hate that phrasing when it comes to those of us that try to report news and share news as our job. But I have some sources indirectly that share the same agent as Will Wade. All these guys, I mean, they have handlers, they have agents, too much to keep up with to be able to do their job and also know what else is happening in the industry. That similar source shared with me that this is all but a done deal, that Wade's agent has basically said, like, this is going to happen. It's coming. It's just more or less the timing as to when it does. There's been a few different things stated that NC State, meanwhile, are trying to work on an alternative package for Will Wade, something that he could potentially consider and try to rope him in and try to keep him in Raleigh. But I would say it's like a miracle worker at this point. It would take something really significant. Like I said, he's already got Schroyer that's from McNeese, now at LSU. They have been kind of constructing these different 4D chess style moves at LSU to try to get Will Wade back, and it's going to work out. Now we're going to go to a break here. Coming back on the other side, I do have some local news stories that I want to share with you, like Greensboro being really broke, apparently. So that's kind of concerning. And a pimento cheese festival that's happening in our state we didn't get to yesterday, but I'm also going to pick some Sweet 16 games this morning, and we want to hear from you. That's next on the Daily Pulse on WSJS.
Sweet 16, win or go home.
Send it in.
The Duke Blue Devils and Red Storm of St. John's. 2 teams, 1 spot, and the Elite 8 on the line.
Rises up 4-3, bucket. Oh, my.
The intensity rises, the margin is gone, and every possession matters.
Boom, boom, shakalaka.
Who's advancing? Find out this Friday on WSJS. The Triad's home for the Duke Blue Devils.
This Easter season, Calvary invites you to join us as we remember the death and resurrection of our Savior Jesus. On Friday, April 3rd, we'll gather together for a night of sorrowful rejoicing as we worship and reflect on the cost of the cross. Then, on Sunday the 5th, we'll gather across our campuses to celebrate our risen Savior. For more details, go to calvarynow.com/Easter. All are welcome, so come as you are, and let's celebrate the victory of Jesus and the hope we have in Him.
When your little one has a cold with a fever, try new DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. It's the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever offers fast, effective cold and fever relief for kids ages 6 and up with a delicious grape flavor that kids love. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever will help them feel better fast so they can get back to the fun stuff quickly. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it. And now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
The Daily Pulse with Stephen Back, the soundtrack to your day in the Triad, blending headlines, opinions, and local flavor.
That's how you kickstart a morning right there, Christian, on the Daily Pulse Thursday. We appreciate you being with us. 336-777-1600, our number. If you want to jump in on any topic, quite honestly, we do have a Pulse Pick question of the day that we're also looking for your thoughts on. I'll share that with you in just a second. But hey, don't forget to take us with you on the go at WSJS.com. It's a lot easier than just trying to work a dial in a car. That's a little old school, to be honest with you. So just log on to the site. But the other good part about our site is that we hand stuff out as fast and frequent as Santa Claus does. So we've got things like $25 gift cards to East Coast Wings and Grill off of New Garden Road in Greensboro and also in Kernersville that you might be able to win. You could get Dave Matthews Band tickets this morning just by a stroke of a mouse on a computer. You could get some Greensboro Swarm tickets, all sorts of stuff there for you in our springtime winning at WSJS.com. And if you haven't won in 30 days, you got a great shot at doing it. There's a lot of people that would be, I think, in Greensboro ready for some freebies this morning, because Greensboro popped up on a list that's like, whoa, hey now, this might be a bit of a concern for folks. They're third in the country for the highest rate of debt delinquency, according to a new study that's out. What the study found, about 15.5% of loans and all credit lines are delinquent from people that live in Greensboro. The study looked at percent of accounts behind on payments and percent of total debt that is overdue. And while the study doesn't really come out with a single cause here, it points to rising cost of living that's happening everywhere, high credit usage, economic pressures. And what that really says is, I guess there's a lot of people waking up stressed. I know I would be this morning with those type of facts and figures, but maybe nobody is as stressed as an NC State fan today. And so as we go, we will watch the story circulating around Will Wade potentially remaining the Wolfpack's head coach. I've shared a source very close with his agent that I heard from yesterday said that was pretty much all but over there, that he is in fact headed to Baton Rouge. So we'll keep you posted as fast as we get intel and information that really affirms that. Speaking of that same Raleigh area, there's a one-of-a-kind food festival that is in Cary, North Carolina. Now, I, being a golf fan, this time of the year, I start getting butterflies in my belly, Christian.
Yeah.
About the Masters tournament.
Of course, I understand that.
Some of my fondest memories as a youngster was watching, and this was the time where they would only allow TV coverage of the back nine. The tradition is unlike any other. It's just, for golf fans around the country, I don't know. It's hard to put into words what makes it so special. But if you go on the grounds at Augusta, one of the biggest things that they are known for is pimento cheese. And it might be hard to get to Augusta, may not be, I don't know. But April 11th in Cary, North Carolina, we want to tell you about their Pimento Cheese Festival. It's the only festival in the United States dedicated entirely to pimento cheese. And I'm like, okay, well, how much can you really do with that product? I mean, you put it on 2 slices of bread.
And then you eat it.
I've seen it on the sandwich at a high frequented chicken joint in the Triad. That was kind of something they played around with. A couple different actually fast food chains may have taken that and slathered it on something. But it's like, we can't make a whole festival out of this, can we? Turns out you can.
I am excited because, all right, so I used to actually eat pimento cheese all the time when I was a child. And then I grew up and I was kind of like, I don't really care for it anymore. But then I kind of grew up and realized, wait, why don't I like it? And so it wasn't until last year that I had pimento cheese on a burger.
Okay.
That I was like, I've been missing
that sealed
out.
The deal for you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this one, for those that are like me, that we're not the biggest pimento cheese fans, maybe this will entice us a little bit more. How about pimento cheese ice cream?
Wow. Never heard of that. Okay.
Egg rolls and empanadas out of pimento cheese.
Oh my gosh.
This is what you're going to find downtown Cary Park in Cary on April 11th. There's live music, there's local beer and drinks, activities and games, but this is the one that really takes the cake. And man, sign me up. A pimento cheese sculpting contest.
That sounds fantastic.
Say no more. We have talked a lot about travel and how with spring break approaching very quickly, I'd say most places next week you'll find schools going on their break for this time of the year. And so there's TSA working on whether or not they're going to be paid, government shutdowns. Sadly, the LaGuardia incident earlier this week. I mean, just so much about airline travel right now. Seems like it's flying and hitting me in the face. Probably you too on the Daily Pulse. But yesterday, speaking of food, at Philly International Airport that I have frequented and flown through there tons of times, there is not a line because of TSA shortages. There was a line of Philly cheesesteak sub sandwiches that set a new Guinness World Record. volunteers there created a line of 1,291 cheesesteak sandwiches inside the terminal, shattered the previous record of about 500 sandwiches. But I guess if there were TSA workers without the paycheck, they got a portion of this cheesesteak. Because after the record was certified, all the cheesesteaks were given away to travelers, airport workers, TS agents, and other people that were hanging out there. But at least that was the worst of the lines there, and it wasn't due to people screaming and yelling inside of their security checkpoints because they couldn't get through. Coming up this next half hour, we've got a reset for you, trying to get you updated on all the national and local headlines that you might have missed. The top food items that are coming out at Major League Baseball parks, because today is really, in my opinion, the true opening day, with our Pulse Pick question as well that you can chime in on at 336-777-1600. What's your favorite food to get at the ballpark? And we're going to reselect some NCAA tournament games. It's all on the way. The Daily Pulse on WSJS.
Hi, this is Todd Starnes. As we navigate through these challenging times, we all seek truth and understanding. Join me this afternoon at 12 noon for the Todd Starnes Show. Together, we'll explore the latest on politics, faith, and culture news, engaging with top newsmakers and your insightful calls. Let WSJS be your trusted companion on this journey with the Todd Starnes Show, where your voice matters. See you at noon on WSJS and WSJS.com.
Some things in life just don't make sense, like why we call it a rush hour when nothing moves fast. It's just not logical. But when it comes to winning big, things should make sense. That's why there's springtime winning at WSJS.com. Imagine snagging tickets to the hottest concerts, baseball, racing, and more. It's your fresh start to bloom into big wins. So spring forward and dive into the excitement at WSJS.com, where spring brings the bling.
Piedmont Triad area weather. Quiet weather in the near term, little jump in temperatures at least through Friday. Big cooling trend into the weekend and a bit of wet weather coming in too. Sunny for today, the high upper 70s. We'll see a gusty southwesterly wind. Crystal clear tonight and Friday too. That low at 60. Friday's high 85 degrees. Shot at showers and thunderstorms with a front Friday night. And then we're dry Saturday and much cooler, the high upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Afternoons just got better with more guests, more opinions, and more laughs.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The spelling is more incorrect. Thom or Geoff?
I'm an anti-Geoff guy.
I'm not much of a Thom
I'm
guy
not a
either.
Thom guy either.
Why add the H? It's Tom, T-O-M.
One of my daughters dated a Geoff, and I never called him Jeff.
At some point, though, it is a conscious decision to be Tom with or without H.
The Dan Patrick Show. This afternoon at 2 on WSJS.
Look at her. She's a beauty. My brand new Lincoln Navigator from Parkway Lincoln. I just stand here and look at her. I've had many SUVs in my lifetime, but this new Lincoln Navigator is something else. Modern technology that I'm still learning, but man, it's great. And the price? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Discover the American Luxury Lincoln SUV at Parkway Lincoln today. Awesome selection of SUVs, low interest rates, and maybe even bonus cash back. Parkway Lincoln of Winston-Salem.
Under the Friday night lights, Mac Allen calls the plays. His team huddles close, ready to win. But this isn't the field, it's Haviland Express Lube and Service, where Mac leads his ASC certified technicians to victory with every oil change, brake repair, and inspection. Drive with the winning team just off Highway 66 South in Kernersville. They're champions for your car and proud supporters of Triad High School athletics. Haviland Express Lube and Service. They ensure your car's peak performance.
The sun's out, the cooler's full, and thousands of your newest friends are welcoming you to a different kind of Sunday. At Bristol Motor Speedway, it's more than a race. It's tailgates, cold drinks, great food, and a full day with your crew. You didn't plan on coming, but once you do, you won't miss it again. The Food City 500, April 12th. If you're going to experience NASCAR, you better start at Bristol. Get tickets at bristolmotorspeedway.com.
The Daily Pulse, the sound of the Triad, amplified. Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Break in my waist, I don't play with the fakes.
Back to the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
We are back, the Daily Pulse on the News Talk Sports Station for the Triad, WSJS. I'm back here with you. Christian Snyder also producing, hanging out with us. You can follow WSJS on X at WSJS Radio. Also, pull us up on YouTube to be able to stream the video of the show and get involved this morning as well. We have a Pulse Pick question of the day centered around Major League Baseball, with this being really what I would consider the opening day. But, I really honestly don't pay tons of attention to baseball until. Yeah, it's not that one, Christian. It's not that one. That would be the one.
I got excited. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We all do, I guess, in different ways. But for me, I don't really get excited with baseball until. But if you are excited, that's awesome. What's the best food that you enjoy at a ballpark? 777-1600 or at Stephen Beck TO if you want to share that with me this morning. Right now, let's get you resetted with the latest headlines. Locally, this is something that you should know about, but it's App State Giving Day. Now's the moment to show what it means if you're a Mountaineer fan. So App Nation, make your gift today. Help the Mountaineers continue building championship experiences for their student athletes. If you give, it makes a huge impact for them. You can do that at givecampus.com/schools/Appalachian State. Some other local headlines in our area, like a wind project that was going to be off our shoreline. It's now been canned. The project would have powered, they say, roughly 300,000 homes and created some jobs there, but a new energy policy and economic impact questions halted that program. Wildfires, though, are burning in our western part of the state, and a lot of times that happens because of winds picking up. Crews are actively battling multiple wildfires in western North Carolina this morning. Some of the top nations headlines, a lot centering around the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, as markets are also reacting to renewed instability in that Iran war. the U.S. preparing for worst case scenarios. We don't want this to happen, I don't think, if oil hits $200 a barrel. The markets are up and down. U.S. stock futures pointing lower, though, across the board. Investor confidence weakening after earlier optimism this week. The Sweet 16 with March Madness NCAA tournament back on my radar because games get back underway tonight. But I had Florida going a long ways, Christian, in this NCAA tournament. I've got a few different brackets, so I can't recall exactly where I pegged them. I want to say, though, in most all of those, they were Final Four bound team, and they gone. Iowa beat them, and so now I just said, like, let's shred that, throw it out, let's do a fresh, clean start. Repick some of these games now that we're in the Sweet 16. We'll start with the games coming up tonight. Texas, Purdue at 7:10 kicks off the Sweet 16 round. And I'm taking Purdue in this game. Texas on a huge run. Surprised a lot of people. Remember, they beat NC State in the first 4 games, had to work their way up to this point with Sean Miller as their head coach being rumored in a few different possibilities and coaches searches that are already out there. But I still like the Boilermakers here. Nebraska hadn't won a game in the NCAA tournament. Now they've won 2. But I think that stops tonight. The Iowa Hawkeyes are going to beat Nebraska at 7:30. 9:45 game has Arkansas taking on Arizona. And the Razorbacks, of course, beat my beloved High Point University out in a very close game. Arizona, when this opened, was favored by roughly 7.5 points. And I would take them, to win this game as a favorite without the points. Houston and Illinois, the late game, 10:05. Won't see that. I'll find out what the score happens when I wake up tomorrow. But I think I like Houston in this matchup. What do you think about my picks so far, Christian?
I think you're wrong about the Nebraska game.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm pretty solid with you on those picks.
We're going to move to Friday's games to round out our week. Duke and the Johnnies playing one another in D.C., a ticket that has been extremely hard to come by. Well, you can get them, but you're going to have to pay. I like the Blue Devils. Pat Gongba, he's on his little Willie scooter cart deal with a some type of foot injury boot type deal that he's wearing. He played, though, and I heard from somebody that Caleb Foster could actually be coming back for this game. Either way, I do like the Blue Devils to win. Michigan playing Alabama at 7:35. Michigan is so good. I still can't believe that the Blue Devils actually beat them earlier this year. Not that far long ago, a couple months back. But I still like Michigan to beat Alabama. Nate Oates will go home. UConn playing Michigan State. I'll take UConn. And finally, last pick here, Iowa State, Tennessee, the late game on Friday. And I'll take Iowa State with Otzelberger there being rumored around the UNC coaching search. He came out pretty definitively yesterday and said, like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. But as we shared with Will Wade at NC State, they're almost impossible questions to try to answer because with dominoes falling in front of you, it just changes the whole dynamic, I feel like. I want to talk about some foods because I'm always up to talk about food to begin with as a foodie. But Major League Baseball and their ballparks with such a slow game, everything kind of slows down. I do feel like that is a sporting event, Christian, that you can pretty much enjoy a meal and take everything in, not miss too much of the action.
Absolutely.
There's some places like I'm trying to think. For me, college basketball, I frequent a lot of those events, and I just at halftime I might try to scarf something in. But during the action, I feel like it's hard to I want to enjoy something to eat here. You got 162 chances to try to get out to a ballpark. For me, though, not as many. Because like last night, opening night, the Yankees get a win. Giants lose, but have no fear. You got 161 more chances that you can try to win a game. It's not that big of a deal. When you go out to the ballpark, Christian, you said nachos, right?
I did say nachos.
Do you get the jalapenos with the nachos?
Oh, I am so weak. I am just a straight cheese man.
Straight cheese. Not even like some scallions or.
No, man, I'm so basic. I'm horrible. I know. I know.
All right.
But I know people that do like it.
You eat a lot of chicken nuggets as well, don't you?
Absolutely. They're cheap.
Well, if you have thoughts on what your favorite ballpark food is this morning, we'd love to hear from you. 336-777-1600. Give us a call and share with us your favorite thing to jump into. DJ chimed in earlier and said a foot-long hot dog. Before I share some of the craziest new foods out at the ballpark this year, I would say for me, I just like a simple peanut. Just crack them open, let the shells usually, and this is going to sound almost barbaric here. I kind of sad to admit, but you're out in a ballpark like this. I just let the shells just go wherever they're going to go. I just crack those bad boys open. People can stomp on them with their feet. They can crunch them into smithereens. I don't know.
Somebody has to clean all that up, right?
I do, man.
That is someone's job.
Yeah,
and you are making it worse.
There's something just so like man-powering about cracking a shell and just throwing it down. I mean, we could go some different places there, but what I'll say is peanuts. I've found here recently a new style that have like a little extra spice infused into them somehow.
Okay.
So I would probably choose that if I could. In Texas, where the Rangers play ball, a wearable nacho hat for you, Christian.
Absolutely. Let's go.
But would you guess what style of hat?
Oh, gosh. Let's see. Texas, Lone Star State. It has to do, Cowboys, maybe?
Yeah,
right.
a cowboy hat. Literally a cowboy hat filled with nachos that you can eat the whole thing. Like I'm imagining, taco salad.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can like eat the actual bowl of the salad. Yeah. It's going to cowboy hat.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I really hope that this isn't a limited time thing because I want this to be a staple.
All these
for the
are
Texas Rangers.
Yeah. All these are new for the 2026 season. That's what I can share with you.
Oh my gosh.
If you go to Seattle, a souvenir ferry boat instead of a cowboy hat filled with seafood though. That's where you lose me. And you know why?
Why?
I mean, where are you getting fresh seafood at their baseball stadium, though? You think they're really going to like the local Seattle market, what is the market where they're catching and throwing the fish?
Down at the harbors.
Yeah, exactly. You think they're going there before every game to get the freshest of stuff?
I would hope so.
No. This is coming in from Venezuela and, being crab nachos and fish and chip slathered stuff that they can get out cheap, make a bunch of money on. But if it comes in a nice little ferry boat souvenir, people will pay for that.
I mean, thinking about this, you got seafood coming out and it's 100 degrees sometimes playing at those games. You're going to make yourself sick.
Well, there you go.
Eating
seafood. You might as well have some chocolate milk on the side with it.
Right.
The New York Mets have a cheesesteak spring roll. So we shared earlier in North Carolina, you go to Cary, you can get a pimento cheese spring roll. Here in New York, you get a cheesesteak spring roll, which actually doesn't sound too bad. Apple pie, milkshake, another choice there. But here's the viral thing, and I saw an image of it. You really need to Google it if you're listening to this because it doesn't do it justice for me to just say it. A 999 challenge is what they've put together. And this is something that a lot of people have tried and attempted to do for social media, but the Mets are empowering people now by really putting this thing together. It's 9 hot dogs and 9 beers, and you need to do it, or they want you to finish it in 9 innings.
Man, that sounds incredible. If it's just a solid hot dog by itself with no toppings, I think that's pretty simple. But like I said, with the beer and it being so hot, you're going to have something else. You're going to wear yourself out.
You're going to have people like they do for the hot dog eating contest, 4th of July, dunking those dogs in the beer to try to, get it down their gullet. Crab smash tacos in Baltimore, twist on the Maryland crab cake. And the last new item in 2026 is in Milwaukee. Chicken ice cream dessert is what they're promoting. What I was curious to know as we head to our break, what does it cost for, something like this at a concession stand in 2026? Typical Major League Baseball game, you expect to pay $6 for a hot dog, Christian, maybe
right.
7 to 8 for beer. So roughly that combo, $13 nowadays.
God.
Put yourself now and imagine what that 999 challenge costs you if just one dog and a beer costs $13. Coming back, we're going to have an update. Savannah Guthrie spoke out yesterday on the Daily Pulse.
Brian Adams is coming to town, and he's bringing his friends Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. And they're going to hit you with their best shot. August 8th is the date, and the Spectrum Center takes the cake. Win tickets on the drive and Triad today before they go on sale this Friday. More info at Live Nation and WSJS.com. Brian Adams and Pat Benatar. Let's go.
In Greensboro, basketball isn't just a game, it's a buzz. The Swarm brings the sting to the court. Every dribble, every dunk electrifies the Hive.
You ain't got nothing on me yet. I'm on the sting like a bee, yeah.
On Fieldhouse Fridays, savor $3 hot dogs, popcorn, and $6 drafts. From the borough to the big time, Greensboro's got game. Buzz City starts with a Greensboro Swarm. Visit greensboro.gleague.nba.com and discover hoops with a sting.
Join the party Saturday, April 4th when Charlotte FC defends the Fortress against the Philadelphia Union at 7:30 p.m.
And the Magic is back at the bank!
Don't miss out on the excitement and bring the noise for the crown.
Back close at Tabata with a shot. They score! Now Peck gets his goal! Off the rebound in front! Brad Stuber left it juicy for him!
Get your tickets today at charlottefootballclub.com/tickets.
At Second Harvest Food Bank, they believe everyone deserves to eat. Too many families across Northwest North Carolina are struggling to keep food on their tables. With your help, Second Harvest Food Bank can change that. Together, they can make people's lives better and build food secure and healthy communities for all. Give today and become a meal maker, volunteer, host a food drive, or lend your voice and advocate. Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina, Shore Fair Drive in Winston-Salem. Online at secondharvestnwnc.org.
Ow! Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
The Triad's heartbeat every day. This is the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
What's up? Daily Pulse here on WSJS. I'm Beck. We got Christian hanging with us. And you too, if you want to chime in on your favorite food out at the ballpark for opening day, Major League Baseball, 336-777-1600, or anytime on social media at Stephen Beck TO or at WSJS Radio. I am, along with probably Savannah's family. If you don't know who Savannah Guthrie is, she is a host of the Today Show, and her mom, Nancy, went missing in the start of February, I believe. February 1st is the official date for that. And I'm probably with her family, like just kind of, I'm extremely baffled as to what really happened here to an elderly lady in her 80s, just out of thin air, gone. And Savannah and her family have spoken with, I guess, different sources to release statements in the past couple days. We shared one of those actual statements with you here on the Daily Pulse. But finally, we actually had a sit-down, formalized kind of interview of Savannah with Hoda Kotb for the Today Show that came out with a tease yesterday. Here was Savannah Guthrie speaking about what she's been enduring with her mom disappearing.
Someone needs to do the right thing. We are in agony. Yeah. We are in agony. It is unbearable. And to think of what she went through. I wake up every night, in the middle of the night, every night. And in the darkness, I imagine her terror.
That came with a renewed public appeal for help. Like if anyone saw anything at all, say something, do something. But as many times and as many rewards as her family has actually even come forward to put out there, and still no information. It's crazy. I would also, I'm not really certain of how she's going to do is the additional reports that say Savannah is going to be on the Today Show maybe as early as April. I just don't know how you mentally are prepared and ready for that. Maybe she's a better professional than I am. So we'll continue to follow that story. I know personally I will. One thing that piqued my attention in other headlines that came out, because I'm now included in this age bracket again, the United States Army, Christian, is raising its enlistment age, the limit now to 42.
Wow. Holy cow. That's incredible.
The maximum enlistment age increased from 35. See, I'd aged out of that. I was like, woo, safe. Nothing against fighting, and serving your country, by the way. I just know for me, I don't know that I'm in the physical acumen and specimen that needs to be doing this right now. But apparently there's 42-year-olds that the United States Army feels like could do this. They are trying to open things up because of, they feel like, missed recruiting opportunities. They want to ease the restrictions on not only the age, but the other side of this is also on minor marijuana-related offenses. So I don't want to be like the one to really point this out, but if we're putting our military out there and it's getting not only older with dad bod like me, but then also potentially tripping on, some shrooms and grass, I just don't know that combination really works for best fighting elements. But that's I guess desperate causes, desperate measures. I don't know. You start hearing that tone, the pulse is running thin here. But don't worry, we're back tomorrow, keeping you up to speed on all the latest news locally and abroad. Coming up after us, Brian Kilmeade. We hope you'll keep it with us all day long on WSJS and WSJS.com.
It's time for party.